What's going on, guys? This is James with NewBeeDrone, and today we're going to be comparing our NewBeeDrone BDR motors, the Gold Series motors versus the Silver Series motors. Now, on top of both just the motors being different, on the Gold motor Acro B kit, I have the 2.0 pigtail adapter, and I'm also going to be using the Nitro Nectar high voltage 250 milliamp. On the Silver Series Acro B kit, I have the regular stock smaller, I believe it's a 1.2 battery connector, and I'm going to be using the non-high voltage 210 milliamp batteries. I've had a lot of people on social media, contact through our website, and various other sources ask what's the main differences between these two motors. Currently, we sell the silver motors, black motors, and the gold editions of the BDR series motors for our Acro B kits. How we kind of market them is the silver motors are going to be the lowest RPM motors, so those are kind of marketed towards people who are beginning or just getting into the hobby or have really small tight spaces to fly and aren't super experienced pilots. Where the gold motors, honestly, for indoor flight, they're way overpowered. I've just been practicing with them a lot, so I've kind of gotten used to them indoors, but honestly I recommend to fly them outside if you can. The gold motors are going to be the highest RPM motor obviously that we sell, and these are really great for doing like acrobatics or dives or huge climbs and all that. Whereas the silver motors, I kind of personally like using more for indoor flight. If you're going to be using like Horizon mode or something where you're not fully acro, these are really good for like going in tight spaces and kind of like, you know, chill flying, or if you're flying around people or pets and you don't want to go crazy and smash into the stuff. Right now I want to go ahead and show you two different videos of me flying. First, we're going to fly the silver motors. I'm going to be using this in Horizon mode, just kind of like chill flying that most people would be doing indoors, and then I'll fly the gold motors with the high voltage lipos, showing what it's really capable of if you want to go like all out on these little guys. Alright, so we have our Acro B that's using the silver motors and the non-high voltage lipos. This is the 210 milliamp version. I'm going to go ahead and slide that in. Power it on. I'm going to go set this guy down and let's go fly this one. Alright, so here we go on the silver motors. Very smooth takeoff. These motors have pretty linear power through our first gate, second gate. Now these silver motors are pretty good if you're looking for, you know, very smooth flying power, especially if you're going indoors. Through the second gate, now over the Bitcoin miners, coming up to the third gate, in through easy, go down our main hallway again, turn. Little smack through the gate. Here again. The nice thing about these motors is if you need to do some kind of power recovery, I'll give it full throttle here. You know, you don't slam into the roof right away. There's a few seconds of delay since they are the little less powerful motors. We'll go ahead and give it full throttle again. As you can see, it's not shooting it up in the air like you'll see with the gold motors. So I'm gonna go do a little free flight back here now. You know, I'm going pretty like full tilt on the stick right now, and you can see it's pretty smooth for what it is. So if you like doing, you know, small intricate indoor stuff, I can't recommend these motors enough. You know, they're very forgiving for when you slip the throttle too much. So you know, for beginners or people that have very tight spaces to fly, you know, they're very good. You can get away with a lot of stuff when you're flying these things. I mean, you know, especially, you know, tight little stuff like this, you know, it's very hard when you're full acro mode with the gold motors. So again, you know, these motors are very good for just chill, moderate flying, or if you're just trying to relax or practice a little course, or, you know, whatever you have set up. They're going to be very nice. And, you know, these kind of motors, you know, almost anyone can fly them since they're so tame. So love these motors for the chill kind of flying whenever I go around and have stuff like that happening. But now let's go ahead and show you the gold motor stuff. Using full acro mode, go ahead and take off. Alright, you can see it's a pretty wild little bump right there. I'm going to go ahead and just fly freestyle for a little bit since these motors are so much faster. It's kind of hard to do the gates in this tight little building. We'll go ahead and do a few little loops around the room, or laps around the room right now. But I mean, you can already see these motors are super fast, way faster than the silvers. I mean, these things really are not meant for indoors flying, but it's a little hot today in Vegas. It's around 119, so we're gonna do our best to do it inside. You know, aside from, you know, flying inside and going around really fast, I want to show you the climb power these things have. If I go down and I go over here, and I'll go ahead and give it a little full throttle. Pretty fast. We'll try that again. This thing just, you know, climbs up like crazy, like a little spider monkey. You gotta be careful, you'll absolutely just slam into the roof. We'll go ahead and do a few more laps out here to kind of demonstrate the speed of these motors. Do the best I can to go around this little obstacle course with the gold motors. Whoops. Go around. Okay, we'll go into the back kind of now. Do our best not to absolutely die with these crazy fast motors. I mean, these things just scream. If you're outside, you can definitely be doing some crazy acro with them. Kind of like that, and doing big dives and stuff. Really kind of just depends whatever your mood is in. You know, obviously you gotta be kind of careful if you're doing it indoors like this, because they are pretty damn fast. Go ahead and do some more quick flying around here. But yeah, these things are just absolutely crazy compared to the silver motors. So what's the verdict? Obviously, you guys saw the silver motors are very good for flying around calm, steady, having very stable flight, going in and out of those gates, whereas these gold motors are just absolutely nuts for indoors. Even outside, they're crazy fast. I could barely get through any of the gates with the gold motors. That's why I really didn't even try. Freestyle for these gold motors is basically the only thing you can really do unless you have much bigger gates. So if you're going to use gold motors indoors, if you're not comfortable with Acro, at least maybe try using the Horizon or something like that. But the silver motors, even the black motors, which are a little faster than these, are really fun for indoors. You can pretty much push it full stick tilt, and you know, you don't have to worry about going way too fast or anything like that and smashing into stuff or breaking anything. You can have a lot of fun. You can easily get through those LED gates easily, or other small little places. But you know, with the speed of these golden motors, forget about it. You know, it's just crazy. So my recommendation: silver for chill, steady indoor flying, gold for absolutely nuts outdoor, or if you're crazy like me, crazy indoor flying. So that's pretty much about what I think about the two different motors, and I hope that helps out some of you guys that were asking.